Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is dextrader.com. Today is April 3rd, 2018, and this is your daily update. All right, everybody. So here's what we got. Yesterday, I put out a video that for our 5-minute signal system, we had a system on the side of the page called the news system, and this was coming from a company that was delivering us a script or a code that went onto the site, and this thing wasn't very happy with the rest of the website. Mostly because our security systems for dextrader are pretty strong. Well, what we found out is that the reason why that code wasn't working is the same reason why on our basic signals page, we also have a set of what we call, they're from a company called TradingView, and TradingView uses the same security network solution as we do. And that's not a problem, but what it's having is that the security code systems that JavaScript is using now conflict with our security centers here. So, of course, now the basic signal security system is having an issue. And what I mean by an issue, I can show you here live on this video. The one chart will propagate, but then you go to another tab and it doesn't propagate. And this is called refresh loading, right? Because there's multiple boxes on here. So what I have to do, and this might become a little bit of a pain in the butt, is that I'm going to have to make a special iframe for all of these to come on board. And it's going to be a little bit of a pain, but I will get them done, and they will be done today. I just need you to understand that using these charts is sort of an add-on, and you could easily just use a MetaTrader 4 chart or use one of your own on your computer or what have you. But we will work on getting this done today. All right. So also yesterday I traded on Nadex. If you're a Nadex fan, woo, yeah, it was a great day yesterday. We traded 3 trades. We won them all. We're in a 4th trade today. It was a long-term experiment. I wanted to see if I could pull it daily from yesterday's trade, from yesterday's charts on the USD CHF, and we did so to a certain degree of accuracy. We were doing really well, but it looks like we pulled away just a little bit with about 20 minutes left. We're about 5 pips off. So this is a nail biter. But listen, I'm showing you this for a reason, is that I believe that in trying to find good signals, and you should always be growing. I mean, listen, Dextrader, these signals have been live for 4 years. Actually, sorry, 3 years. These signals have been live and pushing, okay? And these signals have so much data. I mean, I have servers and servers and servers worth of data in the systems. Intradays have been going for about 2.5, and SR Max has been going for about 2. So, listen, when it comes down to trying to find new stuff, we really do try to find processes that will help, and we will be releasing some other products within the solution here under the dailies as well, long-term dailies. But they won't be in this type of format. They may be in an email, they may be in an idea plan, a PDF. Something's going to come to you that make you go look at a chart and make the decision yourself as well, okay? With that said, all of our signals, all of our processes that we use here, this is not about being sheep, okay? You don't just come on and say, oh, look, that's 94%. I guess I can just take every single trade. And the answer is no. This system is designed to be a signal base. Simple. It's just a signal. It's not a guaranteed trade. And in order for you to be successful, you have to take this signal and use it as a tool. So how do you use it as a tool? As part of your toolbox, you also need to have the tools on how to validate a trend. Also to be able to understand that an event is happening at a certain period of time with the MACD, or if you're using support and resistance. Another big one is using support and resistance, as you can kind of see here with some other tools. And I've created this plan, even if I took off the Bollinger Bands that are on here and the RSI, these are just two adds on. Normally I just use my support and resistance and a simple moving average. I try to keep my charts as naked as possible to help me validate these signals. And if one doesn't meet the criteria, guess what? I don't trade it, especially on something as volatile as the intraday. Now on the intradays, that movement is a lot faster, right, than what, say, the dailies are. And even on the dailies, we have, of course, as you know, we have the range, and we have one side of the range. The Great Britain Pound JPY, when it came out, wasn't at 148.80 when this signal came out. It was probably already lower than or higher than a certain point. It's probably already, because this signal came out, it says, you know, this is 148.80, and it shouldn't be, sorry, that's on the other end. It would be down here, 14.80, and it says that it won't be below that number by 11 o'clock. But the price may have been all the way up here, as we know. This may have been 20 pips up. This may be 149. Because what we're hoping on is the retracement as it goes back up. And if you were to put a working order here, you could get bought in. But you could also use this to creep in and choke the trade in and get one at, say, maybe at the 149. Okay? So the understanding here is not so much that every single signal is meant to be traded. It's not. God forbid. We also had an individual who was coming to the website to look at our signals and systems, and he asked me, when he asked probably just about every single person that he came in contact with, I need validation. I need validation that your signals work. Well, I'm sorry. We don't try to, well, I'm not trying to belittle anybody's question, but in the way that it was asked and the way it was a lot of accusation. There was a lot of, you know, there's no way you could be around for this long and your signals work because you would be multi-billionaire, you wouldn't need us. They make so many assumptions. Your assumptions, whether or not they work or don't work, are all dependent upon you. I could put a hammer in your hand, this is a tool, and you can go build the most beautiful home. Or I could put a hammer in your hand and you could smack yourself in the toe. Same product, two different individuals, two different outcomes. Why is that? Well, because our tools, our processes, all depend upon you, your discipline, your patience, your consistency, your ability to add volume to get to your goal. Kind of sound familiar, right? That's the old CVG process, right? Consistency plus volume equals your goal. And there's no way that any one person can come in and design a system that fits right over the top of every single mentality in the world. So, how do we go forward? Simple. We simply just keep doing the same thing over and over and over every day. And we find our groove, we find our consistency, we find our patience and our discipline. That's where we become successful. And whether or not your success is on Nadex or Forex, if you see Nadex as the beginning or Forex as the beginning, whatever it is that you see it as, graduate yourself. If you start out in 5-minute signals and they're too fast for you, but you're doing okay, try to find either a way to deal with it or graduate to basic signals, or do a little bit of both. Go a la carte. Trade a little bit on Nadex, hit the Forex market, go back and trade some more on Nadex, hit the Forex market. Because validation for you, if you're looking for validation on what works or doesn't work, the only thing that I can give you is to get in there and try to make it work. We have the solutions. There's plenty of people in this network, and they've been here for a pretty long time. All right, so that's basically what I have from you. Also, being that I was trading, I also recorded it and I put it out there with the Trading with Live with Max. I'll try to put that into this description, into that playlist, so you can check it out. But I'm going to be doing that every day. I'm going to be pulling some times, and I'm going to be trading, whether it's not in the day or in the night or what have you, just so you can see. This is not about me showing you, my live trade so you could go trade, or my demo trade so you could go trade with me. I'm not going to do that, because my success is my success. And I have to tell you, I can't give you my success. We're running into that right now with some Dex effect copy processes that the individual going in and trading for other people becomes responsible for all those other people. So it's like having the weight of 10,000 people on top of you. So the trading changes. I'll talk about that in a special video that I'm doing later on today. All right. So I'm going to jump over and get into, so pay attention. There's going to be some stuff coming out today that do some more live trading with Max. But I'm going to get into the Dex Effects copy update. It's a pretty hard hitting one today. We're going to get into that today for April 3rd, 2018 for the Dex Effects copy. This is your daily update. All right, you Dex Effects copy people. Here's what we got, and today is a little bit. I'm not going to try to be too crass, but if you're frustrated, if you're worried, if you're contemplating quitting and all that kind of stuff, I can completely understand. But here, let's describe one very important thing for you, and that's referred to as drawdown. Now, in this concept of drawdown, what is it? Well, first, most people think it's how much money goes on between the high and the low and the trades and all that stuff. There's a couple different variances of drawdown. The most common idea of drawdown from stocks and bonds and futures and trading Forex and all that kind of good stuff, as you're winning and you create yourself an equity curve, okay? Whether it kind of looks like that is poor equity curve. All right, it kind of looks like this, right? Let's just say our equity curve looks like this. The points of peak to trough, okay? So from peak to valley is a percentage, right? There's a certain amount, if you will, of what we refer to as drawdown. That's where, in most cases, these systems call out to say, okay, you have a 1%, the most you've ever lost before the peak started to go back up is a certain amount. In the world of Forex and trading, the drawdown looks a little bit different. It is the act of how at any one time, like if I get on and I put on, let's say I put on the US, the Swissy, right? CHF, all right? And I put this trade on, and it goes minus, let's just say in pips terms, okay, or in dollars terms, in profit terms, if you will. In profit terms, it goes minus $10. And then I have the Euro USD, and it is a plus $10, okay? You see? So right now, the drawdown effect of this is 0. But let's just pretend that I'm minus 20 here, right? So this is minus $20, and this is minus $10. So my drawdown is minus $30. Now, in most cases, the drawdown of saying percentage-wise depends on the balance, okay? Depends on the balance. And what this means is that if I have a $1,000 account, what is this then? Right? 3%. Okay? That's 3% drawdown on a $1,000 account. If I have a $2,000 account, that's 1.5%. See how it works? So just so you know, saying, if we have a 2.5% drawdown, if we have a 2.5% drawdown, and it's on a $1,000 account, okay? You see where that's at? Now we're talking about $25 at any one time. So the idea is, so then you take it to your bank. So if you have a $500 account, then your drawdown is something like 5% because you're talking $25, right? No. If we're at 2.5%, Okay, if you're sitting at 2.5, let me pull up a 2.5. Wait, let's see. So 500 times 2.5%. It's $12.50. The idea of a percentage rate coming from hours, all right? If we say hours, you have to actually then half it if you have half of what we have in ours. Okay? Our 2.5% drawdown is not going to affect your $500 account the same way it affects our 1,000 because you got half as much as we do in yours. Every single system has drawdown. With the amount of risk that is made, what is support and resist, or stop loss and take profit, or what have you, the R values are calculated, and the drawdown is estimated in order for the market to be able to come in and do its thing, right? To give us more of a speculational direction, we increase the stop loss and take profit margins to increase the risk to reward value. But when that happens, the availability for increased drawdown becomes available. And that's where we're at right now. Let's jump over to the system and have a look. Here's the max prime. Let me refresh the page because I know we've had some updates since then. All right, here we go. We're starting to come back into our own again, okay? But you can see, you can easily see in this system there is a drawdown process. Here it is, 2.74%. That may seem like a lot. You know, we're sitting at $24 on the drawdown right now because we've had to give the system enough room to manipulate and to work. If we got in right here and we called for a sell, then our drawdown for this pair is pretty big. Our stop loss is about 80 pips on there, or maybe even close to 90 pips on it. So if it's going against us, what we're hoping for is that it would go with us later on. But our risk to reward is always a 1-to-1 and above. So it could be 1-to-2, 1-to-4 eventually. We slop these trades on in an idea that there is a lot of potential for getting in for the reverse. And if we don't get in, if we call for a sell and it goes against us and we call for another sell, we won't do a third. But we're hoping that it will eventually end up that and we'll get that. But how much time does this take? That's what it really comes back down to. So we're slowly progressing back into the right direction. We're definitely getting back to there. And as you can kind of see, we have activity. And this is the most important thing, is to validate the activity as we go. This team has been doing very well. We're a little bit too active in my book, okay? But I'm only one trader. They're a team of almost, I think, like 10 traders. And they validate their trades and they continue to add on more to the market. Now there's one group of trades that we're not doing. We're not doing any gold trading because it kind of messes with pippage for our system here, and I don't want to do that. So very quickly here, over the next 3 or 4 days, we're going to be increasing the amounts of our profit margins, okay, like we did here. Did 90 pips today in a positive, finally getting into the pip positive side. This week we're up about 48 pips, but we're still down a little bit because we had one gold trade on there that kind of messed us up a little bit. Okay, if I look at our history, and the reason why gold kind of messes us up is because, let me see if I can find it. Oh wait, no, it didn't go through. Sorry, it wasn't gold. So the idea here is that we have the availability now with this team to increase our profit margin, but it's going to take time as we move forward. You've heard this before, but now we're there. All right. So the other good thing is that Vader and a few of the other bots are still doing pretty good. We still got isolational things happening that we got to kind of take care of. I got to get some more tracking systems on board that are better. As you can see, the Canon really did not grab on as we wanted to. In fact, we still got the Great Britain pound USD sitting at 69%, but only about 10 pips per, a little bit less than 10 pips per, so per trade. So we're still looking for that perfect system. We have another single individual who's still in trading and doing okay. Again, in the very beginning, they were playing around, messing around. They shouldn't have been. But in this side, I've gotten them to become very serious. If you look at their history, it's getting pretty strong. But again, they have a huge drawdown as well, 2.9 on this process. You can kind of see everybody has a drawdown system. All right. Okay, well, there's going to be some more live trades coming on today for Nadex and a few other things. For everybody else, I would really do appreciate you being here and being patient with us. Thank you so much. My name is Max Farrow. This is dextrader.com, and this was your daily update. See you next time, and as always, trade well.